welcome to This Week at Endicott. I'm Eddie Fitzgerald.
And I'm Maya Gerard. Let's take a look at what's happening across campus this week.
All week long, it's International Education Week, and there's a slew of events taking place. On Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the LSB lobby, visit the Intercultural Activity Table, featuring Bosnia, Herzegovina, and South Sudan. Then, at noon, check out the panel discussion in the chapel on Catalonian Independence Initiative taking place in Spain. At 5 p.m. in the Little Theater, the Intercultural Club presents on life in Africa. And finally, at 7 p.m., be a part of the World Cup tournament at Northfield. Contact Data Leak at stor137@mail.endicott.edu to enter.
Also on Wednesday, stop by Lower Callahan at 3:30 p.m. for some much-needed cookies and milk, courtesy of CAB. At 6 p.m., the Sai Chai Journal Club presents dinner and an article discussion in Gullies. Then at 9 p.m., in the McDonald Gymnasium, it's the EC Gulls Basketball Blast-Off.
On Thursday, the International Education Week events continue. At 12:30 p.m. in the chapel, there is a panel discussion on the United Kingdom's anticipated Brexit from the European Union. At 1 p.m., stop by the reception for the Red Sand Project, an exhibit on the second floor of the VPAC that brings awareness to human trafficking. Then at 2 p.m. in the LSB lobby, check out the Intercultural Activity Table featuring the Ivory Coast.
Also on Thursday, the Visiting Author Series presents electronic media expert and prolific writer Michael C. Keith at 12:30 p.m. in the LSB Auditorium. At 4:30 p.m., be a part of Beverly Council on Aging Game Night. Sign up through your Blue Buzz email to join in on the fun and unwind with a good old-fashioned board game.
At 5 p.m., the Chaplain's Advisory Board meeting is taking place in the chapel and is open to all. At 7:30 p.m. in the Rose Performance Hall, Endicott Jazz Rock Ensemble and Modern Band Project perform. Then at 9 p.m., it's 21 Plus Night in Gullies.
Before heading out for Thanksgiving break, why not take some time on Friday to support others in the surrounding communities? The Community Giving Tree is looking for help with sorting and organizing donations to distribute to families in need in Middleton, Mass. Landmark Senior Living Happy Hour always appreciates volunteers for tasks that involve setup, engaging with residents during the entertainment, and cleanup. The Northeast Arc Friday Night Happenings, which provides a night of activity for people with developmental disabilities, is looking for volunteers for their bingo event, taking place at Endicott this week. You can sign up for any of these worthwhile opportunities through your Blue Buzz email.
If you are driving home for Thanksgiving break and are able to take others with you, please consider signing up for the Endicott Carpool through Blue Buzz. If you are looking for a ride, please check out the link and contact the student going to your location directly. Remember that the residence hall is closed for Thanksgiving break at 6 p.m. on Friday, and they reopen on Sunday, November 26th at 10 a.m.
And now let's check out EC Sports with Lauren and Zach.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of EC Sports for ECTV. I'm Zach Weiss.
And I'm Lauren LaCava.
The football team wrapped up their season last Saturday with a win against Becker College at home. Freshman Riley Shelley had 2 touchdowns on the day from sophomore quarterback Joe Kolaski. They finished the season with a record of 3-7 with a 2-3 record in conference, and they will return for the 2018 season next fall.
The men's ice hockey team defeated Becker College twice this past weekend, scoring a total of 21 goals in the 2 meetings against Becker. Junior forward Ross Olson had a hat trick on Saturday, along with scoring the fastest goal in program history on Friday, just 28 seconds into the game. The Gulls will take on Curry College both Friday and Saturday, before a small break for Thanksgiving.
The women's ice hockey team tied Johnson & Wales on Friday night in overtime and came back to defeat them on Saturday afternoon 4-1. The Gulls take on Nichols this weekend with games on Friday and Saturday before a small break. They will be back on the 25th, where they will attend the Codfish Bowl at UMass Boston.
Both men's and women's basketball kick off their seasons this weekend, attending the Babson Tip-Off and the Cave Classic tournament. The men's first home game is the 26th against Middlebury, and the women's is the 21st against Keene State.
That's all for this week in sports for ECTV. I'm Zach Weiss.
And I'm Lauren LaCava. Have a great break, Gulls.
Let's send it over to Shake My Head News with Riley and Lexi.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Shake My Head News, where we give you the most hilarious stories from around the world. I'm Lexi Lasano.
And I'm Riley Fitzgibbons. This Florida man appeared naked and unafraid last week when he broke into a woman's home. Joseph Vagletta entered a beach home in his birthday suit, ran through the home, and tried on the woman's clothing. When the woman got a sense of what was going on, she immediately ran to her neighbor's house where she called the police on her unwanted guest. Vagletta then ran to the neighbor's yard and rolled around in the grass, still in the woman's clothes, until police came to arrest him. I think the lesson here is that next time you want to experiment with a new wardrobe, just ask first.
The Buffalo Bills found the answer to their rushing attack on Sunday, but he lacked a uniform or any other clothing, for that matter. A streaker who invaded the field literally rushed more yards than the entire Bills team during their 47-10 home loss to the New Orleans Saints. 5 Bills players carried a total of 15 times for 69 yards. According to the Buffalo News, the streaker sprinted from end zone to end zone, 100 yards. He was eventually stopped by security after he slipped on a cutback move in an attempt to run across the field yet again. He was escorted off with a yellow security jacket to cover what he needed to be covered.
A lot of naked people running around lately. Mowing grass can get pretty boring, so this guy made a beer run halfway through. 56-year-old Kenneth Burton of Florida was arrested last week while driving his lawnmower through town. While normally this would be strange but not the case for arrest, Burton was swerving all over the road with a case of beer in his lap. His blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. Looks like Kenneth won't be able to finish mowing his lawn anytime soon.
A church in Edgewater, Florida, is begging for forgiveness after posting a message that most, people interpreted as being sexual in nature. Last week, the Bella Vista Baptist Church posted a message on an outdoor sign that read, "Forgiveness is swallowing when you want to spit." An Instagram user who goes by the name of Catherine306098 posted a photo of the sign with the comment, "I think someone is a little mad at their wife." Although the message could be considered an oral sex innuendo, church officials insisted they meant nothing vulgar. Representatives of the church told Orlando TV station the sign was completely innocent and was intended as encouragement to forgive. Oh, Lord.
That's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in.
And thanks for being foolish. Back to the desk.
There's going to be a live event outside Callahan from 11 to 7 with EC Radio. I got the chance to sit down with 2 of the DJs that are going to be there. Let's take a look at that interview. Hi, I'm Maya, and I'm here with Zach and Nick from EC Radio. So guys, tell me, how did you guys get involved with EC Radio?
Sort of kind of interest of mine. Sorry, I want to talk about sports. Sort of kind of want to talk about the news of the day and sports and news of the week, and just with local sports, and sort of kind of branch out a little bit and sort of kind of communicate that to the community.
And on a similar note to Nick, I've always had a huge sports passion since I was a little kid, and it's kind of getting to college, I wanted to kind of get my voice on the air and more in the public eye. So I started the show 3 weeks in. Graham Mermina, who was a student before both of us, who just graduated, had a meeting with me before I was a student. We came, he set me up for my first show, and here we are 150 broadcasts later.
Wow. So EC Radio does live events. Can you talk about like what you do at the live events and where they usually take place and stuff like that?
Yeah, so they've had a couple in recent years. It's really started to take off. Last year, we did an event in Lower Callahan from, I want to say it was 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. all day. We have a studio by Student Affairs set up for us, and we go from there. And if you want to talk about this year's event.
So a similar note, this year we're going to be up in the Callahan. So we're going to be right outside Callahan Dining. Last year, of course, Zach mentioned we were in locale, and we're actually going to be co-hosting a show this year. So half-hour long show towards the end, so check it out.
Awesome. Is there anything you guys want to say about EC Radio, like with your experience or anything?
Yeah, so I'm lucky. I'm the only kid from my grade that's had a show all 4 years now. It's been a lot of fun learning. I think the best part of EC Radio isn't having your own show and having the chance to talk about what you love. Mm-hmm. It's having merely taking your friends and bringing them on there with you and kind of sharing your opinions. So as you might be in your dorm room watching a game, yelling back and forth, you can kind of bring that argument without explicit language, of course, to the airways. I think that's been the most fun. And like Nick and I have known each other a good couple of years at college, and be able to take both our points of view and combine it tomorrow. I'm really excited for that.
I straddle the line when it comes to inappropriate language more than he does, because I'm more aggressive on my show. So sort of kind of just get that aggression out, sort of kind of just communicate that aggression about what I love is some passion of mine.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Back to the desk. On Monday, the 27th, the Student Government Association is holding its Senate meeting at 8 p.m. in Lower Callahan. Then on Tuesday, be sure to check out Trivia Night in Gullies, where you and your team can win some great prizes. The fun starts at 8 p.m.
That's all we have for this week, Gulls. Have a wonderful and restful Thanksgiving break.
ECTV News will return with a new episode on November 29th. We'll see you then, Gulls.